A woman arrives at her new workplace, a school, which looks very bleak and empty. This is her first day teaching in this school, and she has a hard time searching for her designated class, 4E. But with the help of a student, she eventually finds it. The class consists of a bunch of noisy and arrogant students. However, she ignores all of it and starts teaching, just like she has done all her life. And in a matter of days, she starts getting used to the students. However, one day, when she chats with another teacher, she learns that class 4E, which she has been teaching, doesn't exist. Scared, the woman rushes to the place and finds that the teacher was right. The class is empty, and it appears as if it has been like that for years. The woman is Jennifer, and a few days earlier, she is seen on her way to the school in a cab. It is her first day, and she is both excited and nervous about it. When she arrives at the premises, it's already raining heavily, and the large school looks desolate and empty. Jennifer tries asking a few students for directions to the staff room, but all of them ignore her. Then she wanders around the school until she meets a student named Dawn, who is playing basketball all by herself. Jennifer introduces herself as a substitute teacher, while Dawn explains that it's lunchtime, and that's why everyone is out. She then takes her to the staff room and leaves. Inside the staff room, Jennifer meets Miss Kong, the student officer of the school. As the two are chatting, the principal, Miss Wang, arrives and assigns Jennifer as a substitute teacher for an afternoon class. She reveals that the history teacher is on maternity leave and will be absent for a few months. Jennifer gladly accepts the afternoon slot, as she wants to get over her recent breakup. Then she departs after confirming that she will start from the next day. However, the next afternoon, when Jennifer goes to school, she finds the staff room empty. Instead, she finds a note on the table by Miss Kong stating that she has been assigned to class 4E. She has also mentioned that the students of that class are quite mischievous and warns her to be careful. However, Jennifer is so motivated that she doesn't mind taking on any kind of students. She soon ventures upstairs to look for the 4E class, but strangely, it is nowhere. The weird thing is that there are still no students in the school, despite it not being lunchtime. Just then, she comes across the same girl from earlier, Dawn, and again asks for help. Dawn, who happens to study in the same class, takes the new teacher with her. When they arrive at 4E, Jennifer notes that the class looks more like a fish market than a classroom. Some students are quarreling, some are writing on the board, while others are just hurling profanities. Nobody's selling fish though, so it's a lose-lose. Ignoring all this, she introduces herself and starts to talk about the importance of history, but everyone ignores her. They are simply interested in chatting and having fun. Jennifer realizes that Miss Kong was right about this class and decides to change her teaching strategy a bit. She promises to bring historical movies the next day so that everyone can learn in a fun way, but still, no one, except Dawn, pays attention to a word she is saying. To make matters worse, some arrogant boys even pass derogatory comments on her. Despite all this, Jennifer keeps her calm and continues with the class. Later that evening, as Jennifer is strolling around the busy market, she discovers that some of her students are involved in adultery. They are taking Dawn, who looks scared, with them for the first time. Jennifer confronts them in front of their customers, causing all of them to run away. However, she manages to catch one named Carol and gives her a serious lecture. But surprisingly, instead of being sorry, Carol tells her to mind her own business before walking away. When Jennifer is about to reach home, her ex-boyfriend Chung is seen waiting for her. He begs her to give him a chance, but she replies that she has already given him multiple chances in the last 3 years to make things work. However, the stubborn man keeps on insisting and even gets on his knees to convince her, which causes quite a stir in the area. "Honey, look at that simp." But fortunately, before things can escalate, Jennifer's father Abraham arrives and pulls away his daughter. Before he leaves, he also warns Chung that he will call the cops if he gets anywhere near his daughter again. After reaching home, Jennifer shares the incident with her mother, Jen, and breaks down. It turns out that Chung used to get severely drunk and assault her. This continued for several years, and it is also the reason why Jennifer couldn't work. Jen consoles her daughter by saying that she should forget about the past and make a new start. The new job at the school is the perfect opportunity for her. Just then, Abraham enters the room and tells Jennifer that she should not be soft-hearted if Chung runs into her again. The next day at school, Jennifer tries to take control of the class, but once again, she fails miserably. She is also worried about Dawn, who appears to be absent. After the class is over, she asks Carol about Dawn, but her male friends interrupt and threaten Jennifer to keep her mouth shut about last night's incident and stop being so nosy. Shortly after, Jennifer finds Dawn entering the restroom and follows her. Surprisingly, all the restroom stalls are empty. It appears as if the girl has vanished into thin air. Disregarding this, Jennifer tries to go outside, but finds the door locked. Scared, she cries for help, but nobody can hear her. Suddenly, strange paranormal activities start occurring. The restroom stalls start to slam on their own. Water bursts from the taps, and a fan's blade flies, smashing all the mirrors and almost hitting her. As Jennifer watches in horror and disbelief, blood starts dripping from the ceiling, which shows a strange figure. Several hours have passed by, and when Jennifer doesn't return home, her worried father Abraham informs the cops. They immediately trace her cell phone and find out that it's inside the school. The cops and Abraham search every corner of the place, and eventually find her in the corner of the bathroom, frozen in fear. As they turn on the lights, Jennifer realizes that everything looks normal. She then starts panicking and wishes to go home. The next morning, as Jennifer rests in her room, her concerned parents believe that she's going through an emotional crisis and suggest that she take some time off from work. However, just a few minutes later, Jennifer receives a call from Miss Kong, who asks her to join work from the next day, claiming that there's no one to teach the students. Jennifer is hesitant at first, but since she has nothing much to do, she agrees. In the next scene at school, Jennifer is chatting with Miss Kong during the lunch break. She inquires about why the students of 4E are so mischievous, and hearing this, Miss Kong suddenly turns pale. She reveals that no such class exists in the school, and that Jennifer had been assigned another class. As expected, Jennifer doesn't believe this, as she has been interacting with the students and knows them pretty well. To verify her claims, she takes Miss Kong to the class, but upon reaching it, she is taken aback to find it abandoned. It seems more like a storeroom than a classroom, or a fish market. The sight makes Jennifer panic, and this is when Principal Wang arrives and reveals everything. 20 years ago, there was a class 4E in the school, which had a lot of students. However, one particular student was always bullied and tormented by the others. Fed up with everything, one day, the student brought a petrol canister to the classroom and burnt the whole place down, which took the lives of 14 people. Among them were 2 teachers who desperately tried to save the students, but all in vain. Because of the incident, the school gained a bad reputation, and that's why Class 4E was cancelled forever. After hearing the story, Jennifer is still left in shock, as she cannot comprehend how she could see the students. To calm her down, the principal assigns her a new class, 2A, which apparently has the best students in the school. When Jennifer learns that the class is conducted exclusively in the morning, she agrees to take it. On the way home, Jennifer is again stopped by Chung. He consistently insists that she give him a chance, but once again, she ignores him. Suddenly, she sees Don Don with some bruises on her face, but before she can ask anything, the scared teenager warns her to not go back to school before running away. Afterwards, when Jennifer reaches home, she finds her parents along with some parishioners praying for her. The next day, Jennifer ignores all the warnings and heads to school. When she enters the new class, 2A, she is shocked to see the same students from the supposed non-existent class. Terrified, she tries to run away, but some boys block the door and insist that she teach. Ghosts need to know math too. Jennifer assumes it's all her imagination and proceeds to write on the board, but suddenly, some students turn into ghosts. One of them lashes her with long, splitted tongue, while some fly and approach her. But as soon as Jennifer turns around, everyone reverts back to normal. Just then, Jennifer spots Don Don signaling her to go, so she opens the door and gets out of the school as fast as she can. That evening, before reaching home, she again runs into Don Don, who pleads with her to never return to the school. When Jennifer asks why, the girl reveals that the other students are trying to kill her. Saying this much, she leaves. A few steps further, Jennifer finds Chung waiting for her and attempts to ignore him. However, he stops her and shows her a recording of a few minutes earlier where she is talking to the air. Turns out that Don Don is also a ghost. Who would have thought? As Jennifer becomes frightened, Chung worries about her and takes her to meet an exorcist called the Master. He tells Jennifer that the school is haunted and gives her a magical dagger to use against the spirits in desperate times. Afterwards, when Jennifer gets back home, she finds that her parents are out for the night. Just then, she gets a call on the landline from one of the haunted students who teases her that there is nowhere to run. Jennifer panics and disconnects the call, but soon, her mobile phone starts ringing. The spirit on the other end tells her to embrace whatever is coming for her. Suddenly, the lights start to flicker, and strange noises and creatures pop up from her phone. Panicked, she takes out the magical dagger and stabs her phone, causing everything to come to a halt. The next morning, Jennifer gets a call from her mother Jen on her neighbor's phone since hers is damaged. Jen mentions that she has arrived at her school as per her daughter's instructions, and now she is accompanied by 2 students from class 4E. One of them is Carol, who takes the phone and asks Jennifer to come save her mother quickly. Wasting no time, Jennifer rushes to the school and finds the students in their spirit forms. They have placed Jen on the edge of the window, ready to push her down. Just then, Carol asks Jennifer whether she wants to save her mother or herself. Jennifer replies both, like a badass and takes out the magical dagger, which emits a light strong enough to temporarily blind the spirits. Sadly, one of them pushes Jen from the window, killing her instantly. Wow, that backfired. When Jennifer sees her mother's lifeless body on the ground, she becomes enraged and starts stabbing the spirits one by one with the dagger. A student who looks normal begs Jennifer not to kill her, but she stabs her anyway. Later, the police arrive at the scene and capture Jennifer, who looks like a total psychopath now. Her distraught parents also arrive, revealing that Jen is still alive. It turns out that she never went to the school. As Jennifer watches in shock, the chief policeman explains that she has brutally killed 14 students from the 4E classroom. Just then, a man arrives at the scene, claiming to be the principal. Jennifer asserts that the man is lying, as the principal is Miss Wang. She hired him a week ago and revealed about the incident that took place 20 years ago. Hearing this, the actual principal of the school tells the cops about the incident that transpired 20 years ago. He mentions that since everyone was terrified of the story, the school had to hide the memorial pictures of the 14 people who perished in the fire. He then moves a cupboard and uncovers the pictures, which shows the students from the haunted class and the two teachers. The teachers are revealed to be none other than Principal Wang and Miss Kong. Moreover, it is revealed that Jennifer killed the students with a screwdriver, which she thought was a magical dagger, the same screwdriver that her ex-boyfriend Chung used to commit the unthinkable the day before yesterday. This means that she never met the real Chung, but only his spirit. Hearing all of this, Jennifer starts laughing like a maniac, forcing the police to take her away. As she sits in the police van, she sees Don Don outside, dribbling her basketball, which is actually Chung's head. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.